It's the same woman. There's not two women. It's the same woman. He is beyond himself. What happened to her?
Oh my goodness.
You are on the helicopter. You've seen a woman coming in, and you go to the other side of the tunnel, and you see this. What happened to that woman? Quite actually, the same ingredients. You got the woman coming into the tunnel, the beast coming out of the tunnel. You look from the other side of the tunnel, and you got a woman and the beast. It's the same woman. What makes a woman? Is a woman born a harlot, or is made a harlot?
Made.
Ah. So what was before was became harlot. You understand what I'm trying to say? A woman is not born a harlot, is made a harlot. She made herself a harlot. Now, I want you to all look for the crowns. Where are the crowns? Sorry, somebody has mute themselves. What? Yeah. Where are the harlots? If you got the answer, just tell me. Where are the harlots? Oh, sorry, the crowns. No, the harlots. The crowns. Where are the crowns? Can you see the crowns?
7 heads and 10 horns.
There's no crowns. What happened to the crowns? Something happened to the crowns. Have you noticed?
They're not
You
in
got
here.
they're not in there. They're not in there. Now I want you to notice. You come down.
What?
Come down. There's no crowns. The crowns are not there. Follow the crown. You're not following? Okay. Well, let me just tell you one thing. When the beast is coming into that tunnel of time, it's a tunnel of time, chasing that woman. That beast has 7 crowns on the heads, on the 7 heads. And I mentioned that crown is when you crown a king, is when that king has now the power. That's the crowning. You know, like David was crowned as a king. That's when he becomes, that's the reign of David. So David is reigning. Okay? Now, he goes and gets into the tunnel chasing the woman. Something happened. And when John looks from the other end of the tunnel, he sees the woman, but he has changed. He said, it's amazing. What happened? And now you got the same beast. The 7 heads are still there. The 10 horns are still there, but the crowns have disappeared. There's no crowns. But something happens to that beast in verse. Okay, so now I want you to, let's go to just read from verses 7 to 18. So I'll explain to you what's happening with the crowns. But the angels said to me, why did you marvel? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which has the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Notice, no crowns. The crowns had disappeared. The crowns were in chapter 12 at the beginning of the tunnel. Okay. The beast that you saw was, it's telling you is the one that was. It's not. Now notice, when it was in Revelation 12, that beast had the crowns. That beast was reigning. The reign of was reigning. But now it's not. No crowns. And then he says, and it will ascend out of the bottomless pit. Where will the beast ascend from?
Bottomless pit.
From the bottomless pit. I want you to notice that. From the bottomless pit. And go to perdition. And those who dwell on the earth will marvel. Now, I want you to notice something here. Because when you look at the words, those that dwell on the earth will marvel after the beast, that's Revelation 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And in Revelation 13, where is the first beast with 7 heads coming from?
The sea.
Out of the water?
No, not the water. Denise, you actually mentioned it. Come out of the sea. Now, that is important because if he was out of the water, the Bible will tell us it was out of the water because he has used the word water before. But it doesn't say water, it says sea. And this is going to become very important because in here, in verse 8, is telling us that the world will marvel after that beast. That's Revelation 13. And he says that that beast comes out of the bottomless pit. In here, in verse 8, it says, the beast that you saw, then I heard, so the beast that you saw is not, and he will ascend out of the bottomless pit and go to perdition, and those who dwell on the earth will marvel, whose names are not written in the book of life. That's actually almost quoting Revelation 13. He's almost quoting Revelation 13. You following?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just telling you that the beast that comes out of the abyss and the beast that comes out of the water
See.
is the same beast.
Exactly.
It's actually the same beast. There's not two beasts, one coming out of the bottomless pit and one coming out of the sea. And I'll explain that to you in a minute. But keep on going with me. Verse 8, and they will marvel, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they see the beast that was and is not and yet is. In other words, when they see the beast that has resurrected. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains in which the woman sits. There are also 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, and the other has not yet come. And when he comes, he must continue a short time. The beast that was and is not is himself also the 8th, and is of the 7, and is going to perdition. Now, verse 12. The 10 horns which you saw are what? 10 kings who have received no kingdom as yet, but they receive authority for 1 hour as kings with the beast. I'm going to ask you a question. If crowns declare who is reigning, when the 10 kings receive power together with the beast, where will the crowns be? If the 10 horns are 10 kings that have not yet been received power, but it will come where for a short period of time will receive power together with the beast, where will the crowns be at that point?
On the 10 kings?
On the 10 horns. Now, come to me to Revelation 13. Revelation 13. I want you to notice something here. Before we read it, let me just backtrack to make sure that we are on the same page. We've got 7 heads on a red dragon with crowns on the heads. That means that those 7 kings are reigning. It's the time of those 7 kings. At the time of those 7 kings, when the power is on those 7 kings, the chase is chasing the woman. By the time they enter into the tunnel, in that period of time, John sees on the other end that woman has become a harlot, and that beast has lost the crown. 10 horns is still there, but have no crown. The heads have no crown, and one of the heads is even injured with a mortal wound. Are you following?